It's showtime.
Hey everyone, Jango Fett here, hunting down games, comics, TV shows, movies, and more, and this is a review for Blood Ties, A Tale of Django and Boba Fett. So with the Book of Boba Fett miniseries coming out shortly, I figured now is a good time as ever to review these short little Blood Ties stories, which only consists of 2 stories, and I think there would have been a third one, but the series was cancelled after the second arc. So the first story arc of the Blood Ties series is A Tale of Django and Boba Fett, like I mentioned before, which is a 4-issue comic that was written by Tom Taylor and drawn by Chris Sculf. So I'll read the back of the book and read the summary. A multi-generational tale of honor and redemption, starring 2 of the heaviest hitters in the Star Wars galaxy, the father and clone team of Jango Fett and Boba Fett. Just before the Clone Wars begin, Count Dooku has a mission for Jango. The assignment seems simple enough, but the fallout from Jango's actions will affect the course of Boba Fett's life some 20 years in the future. So this review will feature full spoilers, so if you haven't read this story, then stop the video and skip to this time. And with that said, I will go in depth with this story, then talk about the artwork, and give my opinion with the reading at the end. The story starts with Boba Fett in a stare down with a crime boss, and at this point it is set 2 years before the Battle of Yavin, then goes into the past with him and his father, Jango Fett, and this is set 22 years before the Battle of Yavin. So a young Boba is in this cave with his father and forced by his father to overcome his fears by telling him to face one of the scariest creatures ever in the galaxy, called the Bales, and getting a tooth for him, and he gets it. Django is then hired by Count Dooku to kill someone for him. Django runs into the man and finds out it is a clone of himself, and this is well before the events of the Clone Wars. The clone wanted out of the army and wanted a life, and Django kills the clone with no second thoughts. And Django runs into a woman next scene who has a baby with her, and the baby named Connor Freeman. Django then lets them live and says, "No one paid me to kill you." And then the story with Jango Fett ends, and we are back focusing on an older Boba Fett as he recounts his father dying on Geonosis and is hired by a broker to capture a man by the name of Connor Freeman. Yep, that one. And Boba finds out that Connor has received small payments from Jango Fett, so Boba must have this bounty, especially when it involves his late dad. And this is a small and uninteresting bounty at best, but anything with his dad is personal to him. So Connor is sitting in a bar, and suddenly he's first attacked by a number of bounty hunters, then Boba appears and takes him easily. Then these bounty hunters appear again to claim Connor and call themselves the League of Bounty Hunters, like the Bounty Hunters Guild, but a poor man's version. They want Connor, and suddenly Bosk makes a tiny appearance and tells Boba, "Have fun with the stupid dead bounty hunters," and leaves them to their demise. They tell Boba to drop his weapon, and he says, "Which one?" Which tells you everything about these idiots who don't know a single thing about Boba Fett. Boba drops the blaster and uses his other weapons instead to take down these fools, no problem. And he takes Connor back to his ship and for some reason unmasks himself in front of Connor, and they argue over Django and their past and get into a brawl and get attacked by the remaining members of the leftover League of Bounty Hunters, with the leader shooting Boba in the chest and left for dead. But that's the thing about Boba, he doesn't die so easily, and he will return with a vengeance. Connor eventually takes care of one of the bounty hunters, and Boba gets Connor to Tyann, a criminal boss who wants him dead, thinking he got cheated, but no, he was beaten fair and square by Connor. Boba tells Tyann he will pay off Connor's bounty, and Tyann denies, and Connor asks Boba to kill Tyann with a few credits in his pocket. And Boba accepts, and then we have our stalemate from the first page of our comic. And Boba shoots Tyann in the head straight away, as he sees him as a incredibly dangerous foe and a madman. So just shoots him right away. And then Connor and Boba work together to take out everyone, including a Rancor, which Boba uses the leader of the bounty hunters, who shot him and left for dead, and strapped him on a jetpack and shot him straight to the Rancor's mouth and kills the Rancor and the bounty hunter. Then Boba, in typical Boba Fett fashion, says, "You owe me 3 credits," because Boba always collects. Connor gets a treasure trove of credits from Tyann, and Boba collects a Rancor's tooth and says, "I collect them for someone." And they both go their separate ways to make a dead man proud. And that's the story. Next, let's get into the artwork. The art by Chris Sculf is phenomenal and imbues an edgy real-world design with a nice, dark aesthetic. I mean, just look at this freaking dragon creature. The amount of detail that went into the whole design of this creature alone is incredible. And Boba and Django's designs look better than ever. Fantastic depictions of their characters. Out of all the Boba and Jango Fett Legends comics, this is by far the best looking of the bunch in my opinion. Now let's give my final opinion. This is a great story that mixes both Boba and Jango's characters and fleshes them out and shows them more than just blind killers but have a heart and are human. Plus, total badasses. Boba's and Jango's bonds were great in the beginning, and while Connor got annoying, you do see some of the small bond that they had. But I must say that the moment that Boba dropped his guard and went to a brawl with Connor was one moment that was very uncharacteristic of Boba Fett and something I didn't like in this comic. But other than that, the story is great and the action is fantastic, with Boba doing these awesome kills and especially killing the leader of the bounty hunters was so satisfying to see. So I'm going to give Star Wars Blood Ties, Django and Boba Fett, a minus one moment. This comic could have been perfect, but this is a comic you must experience for yourself if you're a Boba and Jango Fett fan like myself, and if not, read it anyway, as it makes you really care about Boba and Jango Fett even more than ever, and combined with the great artwork, this is just a big recommendation for me. So if you'd like to get this comic for yourself, you can get the self-titled paperback, or you can wait till July 2022 and get the Empire Volume 7 Epic Collection to get both of the Blood Tie stories, which is a pretty great deal. Also, I am reviewing the Bounty Hunter series with General CJG on the State of Star Wars YouTube channel, so please check out that podcast series. Link for those videos in the description down below, and I'll try to aim to do one big video just for the Bounty Hunter Wars alone. And the next review I will be doing is Boba Fett is Dead. So please be sure to like this video, comment down below, tell me what you think of this particular comic. If you liked it or did not like it, let me know in the comment section below, and subscribe to my channel Jango Fett, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.